লাইভেও নিয়ে নেন।
স্যার অলরেডি লাইভে আছি আমরা।
থ্যাংক ইউ আকরাম এবং গ্রিন নেচারের সবাইকে। আমি মোহাম্মদ রওশন আলী বুলবুল, গ্রিন নেচার প্রফেশনালসের পক্ষ থেকে সবাইকে স্বাগতম। আসলেও আমরা এখন খুব খারাপ একটা সময় পার করতেছি। এই সময়টা আসলে আমাদের সবার জন্য খারাপ। আমরা সবাই বাসায় আছি, আসলে আমরা চিন্তিত। আমরা কোথায় যাব, কেন যাব, আমাদের কি করা উচিত, এখন এইগুলা নিয়ে আসলে আমরা চিন্তিত। তো আমরা সবাইকে একটু গ্রিন নেচার সম্পর্কে বলে নিই। আমরা গ্রিন নেচার বাংলাদেশে আজ 4 বছর ধরে কাজ করছি এখানে। তো এখানে আমরা বিভিন্ন প্রোগ্রাম করে, আমাদের একটা পাঠচক্র হয়। প্রতি সপ্তাহে আমরা বিভিন্ন বই এখানে পড়াশোনা করি, প্লাস আমরা বিভিন্ন ইউনিভার্সিটিতে অনেকগুলা প্রোগ্রাম করেছি এখান থেকে। তো তো আশা করি আপনারা সবাই এই পর্যন্ত যে প্রোগ্রামগুলো হয়েছে সবাই ছিলেন এবং ভবিষ্যতেও থাকবেন। তো আমি আসলেও মুশারফ স্যারের প্রতি কৃতজ্ঞ। উনি আমাদের এইচআর গুরু এবং উনি সবসময় প্রথম থেকেই আমাদের সাথে ছিলেন, আছেন এবং থাকবেন। আজকে এই কাজ করি, আমরা কোথায় যাব, আমাদের কি করা উচিত, আমরা এখন একটু ফ্রাস্ট্রেশনেও আছি। এই ফ্রাস্ট্রেশনগুলা কিভাবে দূর করতে পারি এবং আমরা আসলে হোম অফিস, আমি যদি ধরে মানে যতটুকু মনে পড়ে, স্যারের সাথে আমার রিলেশন অনেক বছরের। আমরা অনেকগুলা একসাথে অনেক প্রোগ্রাম করেছি। তার প্রত্যেকটা প্রোগ্রামেই আমরা বিভিন্ন দেশেও একসাথে গেছি। একটা কথা সবসময় বলতো, এই এখন যে এই কোভিডটা আসবে এই রিলেটেড কিন্তু তখন আমাদের মাথায় ছিল না, বাট স্যার কিন্তু প্রত্যেকটা প্রোগ্রামে বলতো যে এখন আমাদের সময় এসেছে বাসায় বসে অফিস করার। তো আসলে বিষয়টা এখন কিন্তু চলে আসছে। আমরা টেকনোলজির সাথে অ্যাডাপ্ট ছিলাম না, বাট হয়ে গেছি। তো আমি মনে করি যদি আমরা বর্তমানে থাকতে পারি, আমরা যারা এইচআরে আছি বা যে কোনো প্রফেশনে কাজ করি না কেন, যদি বর্তমানে থাকতে পারি তাহলে কিন্তু সমস্যাটা না। তাহলে আমরা এই সময়টাকে কিভাবে কাজে লাগাতে পারি এবং সামনের সময়গুলোকে আমরা কিভাবে ব্যবহার করতে পারি এবং যে চ্যালেঞ্জেসগুলো আছে, অনেক প্রশ্ন আসছে আপনাদের কাছ থেকে, সমস্ত প্রশ্নই স্যারকে দেওয়া হয়েছে। স্যার ইনশাল্লাহ অ্যান্সার দেবেন। তো আমি গ্রিন নেচারের পক্ষ থেকে সবাইকে স্বাগতম জানাচ্ছি এবং আমি অনুরোধ করব যার যার অবস্থান থেকে আপনারা মাইকটা একটু করে রাখবেন, একটু মিউট করে রাখবেন সবাইকে। এই যে যারা আছেন যার যার অবস্থানে, আপনাকে একটু বলা না লাগে যে আপনার মাইকটা একটু মিউট করে রাখেন। যখন হাত তুললেই আমরা আপনাকে নিয়ে নিব, যে আপনার প্রশ্নগুলো আমরা এখান থেকে নিয়ে নেব। এই সহযোগিতাটুকু করবেন, যেহেতু এটা টেকনোলজির সাথে নতুন আমরা অ্যাডাপ্ট হওয়ার চেষ্টা করতেছি। তো আপনারা একটু সহযোগিতা করবেন এবং গ্রিন নেচারের সাথে থাকবেন। এবং আমাদের এই ধরনের প্রোগ্রাম আগামীতে 10টা হবে এবং আশা করি প্রত্যেকটা সেশনই আপনাদের প্রয়োজনীয় হবে। এবং আমাদের একটা পেজ আছে এবং আমরা একটা গ্রুপ ক্রিয়েট করেছি, সেই গ্রুপেও আপনারা সংযুক্ত হবেন। এবং আজকের লার্নিং সেশনে কি শিখলেন এটা একটা আপনারা একটু সবসময় একটু কমেন্ট বক্সে গিয়ে একটু কমেন্টগুলো লিখবেন এবং স্যার প্রত্যেকটা অ্যান্সার দেবেন এবং এটার একটা সামারিও আপনারা লিখবেন। আপনাদের কাছে এটুকু অনুরোধ করছি আমাদের গ্রিন নেচারের পক্ষ থেকে। এবং গ্রিন নেচারের যারা আছেন, আকরাম অনেক পরিশ্রম করেছেন এবং যারা যারা এখানে আছেন, এবং জাকারিয়া ভাই, আরাক, আকরাম ভাই, অরূপ, ঠিক আছে, প্রণব, আসিফ, তো এই ধরনের আরো অনেক যারা আছেন, নোমান, সবাইকে ধন্যবাদ যে অক্লান্ত পরিশ্রম করে এখানে আসগর আছেন যে ডিজাইনগুলো করে দিচ্ছে। আসলে সবাই ভলেন্টারি আমরা কাজ করি। আমি পার্সোনালি এখন ওয়ালটন গ্রুপে কাজ করছি। তো এটুকুই আমার পরিচয়। আর গ্রিন নেচারটা আমি দেখতেছি। সবাইকে আবারও স্বাগতম। আমি আর কথা না বাড়িয়ে আমাদের এইচআর গুরু, বাংলাদেশের এইচআরকে এই পর্যায়ে নিয়ে আসার পেছনে যার অনেক অবদান এবং অনেক পরিশ্রম, সংগঠিত করা, একত্রিত করা এবং ওয়ার্ল্ডের সাথে বাংলাদেশকে, এইচআর কমিউনিটিকে সংযুক্ত করা, এটা স্যারের অনেক অবদান। আমি আর কথা না বাড়িয়ে আমাদের এইচআর গুরু, আমাদের সবার অভিভাবক এবং আমাদের অ্যাডভাইজার, যে নামেই ডাকি না কেন, মুশারফ স্যারকে অনুরোধ করছে স্যারের সেশনটা শুরু করার জন্য।
Thank you very much, Bulbul. First of all, for inviting me. Just for all of your information, I have seen quite a good number of participants from India are also participating, including my PhD supervisor. So you can imagine this is a huge honor for me. And for the interest of our overseas participants, I will try to make the presentation in English, and of course, there will be mixed, so that our overseas participants are not being deprived. Is that all right to you?
Okay, sir.
Okay. First of all, I would like to formally my gratitude and thanks to Green HR and its member and headed by Bulbul for inviting me. May I request all of you, Mike? I get some sound, it is a distraction. So can I request all of you to mute your mics, and whenever you have a point or a question, you can definitely switch on it. Otherwise, please switch off your mic. So the today topic is the work from home. What are the opportunities and challenges? I am a very positive person. In any situation, I would like to see what are the opportunities, what are the benefits, instead of looking forward for the problems and crisis. So if we can convert our attitude from negative to positive, most of the things become easier. So that should be the first consideration for any professional, and particularly for the HR professionals. Because we are in a pandemic situation, remember 212 countries are being affected. Fortunately, India, Bangladesh are less affected compared to many European and American countries. So thanks to Almighty for favoring us, but still this is a pandemic situation and we have to still survive. In Bangladesh, about 35 million people, they earn their bread and butter every day. So you can imagine what is the situation. Our Honorable Prime Minister has given some incentive to the poor people. 50 lakhs people got some incentive from our Honorable Prime Minister today, because those people are actually in a difficult situation. So as a whole, the world, and as well as for the Bangladesh, this is a crisis, this is a pandemic situation, and there is no guarantee when it is going to end. But still, we are optimistic that eventually no pandemic lasts for long time. We have seen the Ebola pandemic, SARS virus pandemic. We have also seen the H1F1, swine flu. So everything is coming and going, but we are getting some lesson. So today, for the interest of our participants, because basically this will be an interactive session, but in order to have some idea what actually are the opportunities we can get out of this pandemic situation, of course, what are the challenges? So I have a very short presentation. If I would like to share, then probably you will be benefited, and then the discussion will be easier. So I am just going through my presentation slides, say 3-4 slides only. Bulbul, I am not getting the.
স্ক্রিন শেয়ারে একটু যাবেন?
শেয়ারে?
জি জি, স্ক্রিন শেয়ারে গেলে
ভাই আপনাকে শেয়ার দিতে হবে।
I am not getting. He is saying that other participants are sharing.
আর এখানে একটা স্ক্রিন শেয়ার অপশন আছে। একদম ভাই আপনাকে অ্যাক্সেস দিতে হবে।
Can you Bulbul clear it?
ওকে স্যার, এক মিনিট।
স্যার আপনার ওখান থেকেও শেয়ার করতে পারবেন, আর আপনি বললে আমার এখান থেকেও শেয়ার করতে পারি।
না, কিন্তু আমার এখানে বলছে you cannot start screen while others participant sharing.
আমি স্যার করে দিচ্ছি।
I have to go to my slides. You have to allow me.
জি জি
The screen is saying that you cannot start screen share while the other.
স্যার অ্যালাউ করছি, এখন কি একটু ট্রাই করবেন?
Yes.
আমার
Can you see my slide?
ইয়েস স্যার,
Okay.
পারফেক্ট।
স্লাইডের ইমেজের উপরে সবাই ডাবল ক্লিক করেন, তাহলে বড় হয়ে যাবে।
Okay.
Thank you.
So you say, as I mentioned that I am a positive person, I would like to request some of you to mute your video also, then we can have a full screen.
Yes, sir.
Can you just off your video also?
স্লাইডের ইমেজের উপরে সবাই ডাবল ক্লিক
Okay.
বড় হয়ে যাবে।
So we are going to discuss what are the opportunities and challenges working from home. You know, most of the organization, they allowed to work their employees from the home in order to support them, help them. So I was trying to think over last 2 days and also done some search in the Google and try to develop some tips in order to facilitate the discussion. So let's see. So first opportunities we see from working from home, that we don't need to travel. You know, in Bangladesh, traveling is a huge issue. And every day, in order to attend my office, I had to be in the car for 3 hours. So now that I am saving my 3 hours time, that helping in many ways, in terms of my mental agony, my energy loss, transport, traffic jam, and in many ways, from traveling, unnecessary traveling, and not losing our money, not losing our energy.
না দিন শেষে সময় দিয়ে যাও একটা খাম্মাকে আসো আসো আসো
Can I request everyone to switch off your mic? I'm getting some sound.
খুশি আছে
Please mute your mic. Please mute your mic.
অল মিউট করে দেন, অল মিউট।
আকরাম ভাই আপনি অল মিউট করে দেন।
Okay. So the first opportunities is that we are safe from the unnecessary traveling. You all know what is the pain of traveling in Dhaka city and many of the Indian cities. The second thing is that when you are giving more time, you are basically more productive. In a sense that if we are working for 8 hours, we are giving absolute 8 hours. So most employees are more productive and effective in this situation when they're working from the home. I have been working from home for last 2 months, and I see my productivity is significantly higher than what I was doing in my office. And then definitely we are happy. Happy in a sense that we are close to the family. You know, life is all about family. And that's why Warren Buffett mentioned that life is number one, job is number two. And this is an opportunity to see that really we are happy with our family. In terms of learning, we are getting that if we can allow our employees to work from home, this way we can reduce significantly the office space and office supplies. You know, in Dhaka city and many of the mega cities in across the world, office rent is so costly. So we can easily either reduce the office cost or even we can totally operate virtually. So this is an opportunity we are getting and we are learning. And you know, in office, culturally, we have to spend money. We have to spend money for snacks and tea and coffee. It's become a culture and we have to do it. But in virtual situation, it is not the case. You are working, even in your meeting, you have no cost. Everybody is drinking their own tea, coffee, and snacks at their home. And they have no frustration. They have no problem. And that's the reason you see the office operation become very cheaper and less cost to the office in terms of office supplies, in terms of the office rent, in terms of the cost of the snacks and tea, coffee, and all the virtual meeting is helping us to reduce lot of cost. In some situation, we have to also hire the meeting meeting room. So that also required to pay some cost. So these are some of the opportunities I see. I have some. See, in Bangladesh and also in some of the Asian cities now, female are coming in the workplace. And for them, a place of posting a matter of consideration. So with the office situation, people have to come, consider whether the place of posting is convenient for them. But in the virtual situation, when we work from the home, then we don't need to consider. People from Chittagong, people from India, people from even America, Canada, or European country can work from home and still work for Bangladeshi company. And this way, we can significantly reduce the employee turnover. You all know, most of you are HR person, that employee turnover has many reasons. And one of the reasons is work-life balance. Another reason is the place of posting, and also some family problem. But if we can work, allow people to work from home, this significantly reduce. And this way, we are learning how to reach to the diverse market. Diverse market in terms of employment, diverse market in terms of our business, diverse market in terms of everything. So that's why it is an opportunity for us to explore our business across the world, hiring people from across the world, and this way we can earn more employee loyalty. Because employee loyalty, commitment, their dedication, these are very much essential and precondition for the business and for the productivity. When people are at home, you have less concern about leave, including sick leave, because they're already at home. And this way, no vacation, no sick leave, and if they need, this is definitely is a few ones. And employee work in general very longer hours compared to the office. In office, many office they have the office transport. So at 5 o'clock you have to get out, and you cannot go before 9 o'clock or 8:30. And this way you are very fixed work hour. But in the working from home situation, you have a much longer hours. My experience, I work 12 to 14 hours nowadays, and my wife is the witness. And nobody has any concern because I'm still at home. I can still spend time with them and have a lot of flexibility. So if we can introduce the result-driven management system instead of attendance-based management system, so this working from home situation is much better. Although I understand that in the production-oriented company, it might be difficult, but I am not saying that everybody can work from home, but most people, they can work from home. These are some of the opportunities I have found. Of course, although I am a very positive person, but still, this is a situation, it's a pandemic situation. There are some challenges also. So let me discuss some of the challenges, what we are facing. So first challenge is managing our personal and official schedule. you see that we have also some personal work, and we have also, sorry, we have also our official work. So we have to, and we have to make a balance. Sometimes it is very difficult. Even with me, sometimes I see my personal things are getting less priority than office. And it is also very challenging and difficult to have a clear line between personal and professional life. If you are working from home, it's very difficult to have a clear and draw a clear line between your personal and professional life. Third thing is the distraction happens when you work at home. There are other family members. Not everybody are working. You have a children. They have some noise and sound and television and lot of, mobile and everything. So this sometimes creates some distraction. But this is part of life. You see, any system has advantage and disadvantage. So this system has also some disadvantage, but we can manage it. And challenge is your supervisor is not at your reach. So you have a less interaction with your supervisor and less direction. So you have to work independently, make some decision very promptly. So in this situation, it is a challenge. In office situation, we can very easily consult with our supervisor. In this situation, it is not the case. And communication and coordination become very challenging also. Because of our only means of communication is technology. Sometimes Wi-Fi connection is not there. The connection is poor. Coordination is not possible because of the time difference, different time zone. And some people are not picking the phone or they have the disconnection. So those kind of situation actually is a challenging. It is not so easy. And then end of the day, we have to also have our performance metrics. It is difficult and challenging to draw the real target and performance plan and metrics and KPI when people are working at home. So it requires special skills, and this is here an HR issue. We have to rethink how we can redefine our performance management systems and how to measure the performance when people are not working at the office. And the next challenge is the social isolation. I have not been out for last 15 days, not even my main door. So this cannot be life. We are the social elements, so we are totally out. I was going to a morning walk, have a lot of social program, but now everything stopped. Even people are not able to go to the funeral program nowadays. And this way, our motivation and long-term vision is affected. It is not very easy to keep the motivation in this kind of pandemic situation. And we are failing of networking. And the challenge is if the top boss and management is not supportive, they may not have a full trust that you are working. They may have a doubt that you are not working properly and you are spending time for your personal matters. So those could be an issue, and this is very, very challenging for us to justify. If I say that I work for 12 hours or 14 hours or 16 hours, if my boss is not trusting me, it is very difficult to justify for each and every hour. So that's why this is another challenge. So these are some of the opportunities and challenges I have drawn up. And now that I would like to open the floor for your question. And as I mentioned that it will be mixed, you can ask question in English or you can also ask me question in Bangla, no problem. I will manage the language. So thank you very much. This is my very short presentation. And now I would like to open it, as I mentioned, that it will be more question and answer and discussion session. But in order to set the stage, in order to give you some sense, what are the opportunities and what are the challenges, I have briefly discussed some of things, but now I would like to open the floor. Thank you very much.
থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ স্যার। তো স্যার আপনাকে আমরা সবার একটা কোশ্চেনিয়ার দিয়েছিলাম আর কি, তো আপনি যদি ওখান থেকে কিছু অ্যান্সার দিতেন, আর এর ভেতরে সবাই একটু কমেন্ট করলে এবং যে কোনোভাবে আপনারা যদি প্রশ্ন করতেন আমার স্যার অ্যান্সার দিত আর কি যেখানে। তো এখানে প্রধান একটা প্রশ্ন, যারা আরএমজি সেক্টরে আছে এদিক থেকে একটা, তারা এখন কি করবেন, মানে তারা এখন ফ্রাস্ট্রেশনে আছেন, তো এখানে তাদের আসলে করণীয়টা কি? এই ধরনের
বুলবুল, আপনার কথাটা এত পরিষ্কার না, আপনি একটু আরেকটু পরিষ্কার করে বলবেন।
ওকে।
Can you repeat?
স্যার এখানে আরএমজি সেক্টরের অনেকে আছেন,
জি জি।
আরএমজি, জি জি, তো তাদের একটা প্রশ্ন আছে যে আমরা এখন আসলে তারা অনেক ফ্রাস্ট্রেশনে আছে, তারা এই সময়টাকে কিভাবে কাজে লাগাতে পারে এবং তাদের আসলে করণীয়টা কি?
Okay. Thank you for asking question. The question is that in RMG sector, there are many participants from the RMG sector, how they can better utilize this time. As I mentioned during my presentation, that in some of the production-oriented company, not everyone can work from home. So this is another challenge. I have briefly touched upon that not everyone can work from home. The people, the employees who have the opportunity to work from home, they can work from home. So for the RMG sector, we have a double challenge. One is who will be working from home and who will be working from the office, to determine that, number one. Second thing, that those who are working from home, they also need to very frequently communicate with the office, because the whole production is going on in the office. In this situation, I think that learning on how to work in this kind of situation is very, very important. To have a balance of working from home and working from office. Major problem in the working from home is the technological knowledge. Like if I don't know how to operate this Zoom, how to use the GoToMeeting, or how to use other means of communication, then it will be very, very difficult. So this is the time we have to very quickly learn all the skills which are necessary to work from home, particularly technological skills and the soft skill. So the RMG sector in particular is specific, but even in other sectors, we have to have quick learning of some of the skills which are necessary now, which were not necessary in the past. So this is my suggestion, that you know what kind of skills and competency you need. Particularly the older group of the employees, they are lagging behind with the technology. So those people are in a difficult and challenging situation. The young generation, and particularly the HR department, Bulbul, you are also working in the training unit. We have to train our people how to work from the home and from the remote situation. Okay. One person commented that presentation was short, but they learned a lot. Thank you very much for your comment. It is huge for me.
একরাম ভাই, ওই স্ক্রিন শেয়ারটা সরাইয়া দেন, স্যারকে দেখা যাচ্ছে না।
স্যার আপনার এই যে প্রেজেন্টেশন যেহেতু শেষ, ডিসপ্লের যে শেয়ারিংটা কি স্যার স্টপ করে দিবেন কাইন্ডলি?
শেয়ারিংটা আমি করছি
স্যার, উপরে স্টপ লেখা আছে, তাহলেই হবে।
একরাম ভাই আপনি সরাইয়া দেন।
আপনি অফ করে দেন।
জি
স্যার, আমরা যারা আরএমজি সেক্টরে আছি এখানে আইটিতে, হ্যাঁ, আমরা কিভাবে স্যার আমাদের এই এটা কাজে লাগাইতে পারি স্যার?
না, এখানে যেমন ধরেন আরএমজি সেক্টরে যারা আপনারা আছেন,
আইটিতে
মানে এইচআর এর কিন্তু এমপ্লয়ি ওয়েলফেয়ার বা এমপ্লয়ীদের সেফটি সিকিউরিটিরও একটা বিষয় আছে। যেমন আমাদের এই যে ফেসবুক লাইভ আছে বা আমাদের বিভিন্ন যে সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া আছে, এর সাথে কিন্তু এখন রিগার্ডলেস টু দ্য লেভেল, most of the employees are connected. Even at the very junior level, very ordinary worker level, they have also Facebook connection. So what we can do some awareness program. We can life survival skills training, how to maintain the social distance and other things. So those things we can help the employees to learn, because if someone is infected, that employee will be infecting others. So one of the job is the employee well-being and employees safety and security. That is very much important. So those kind of things, and some of the soft skills training. I see Naizur Bhai is watching, is an excellent soft skills trainer. I always attend his training. So this is also time you can organize some kind of soft skills training in order to help them to how to survive in this kind of pandemic situation, how to interact with each other, how to have a group meeting, individual meeting, those kind of training you can give.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Myself, Dr. Khedkar from India.
Sir, thank you. See you.
Yeah. I would like to ask one question. According to you, what are the challenges for education sector post-COVID? What are the challenges for education sector, particularly HR of education sector post-COVID-19?
Okay. Sir, first of all, I'm very happy that you are watching, and just for others, Dr. Khedkar sir is the Vice Chancellor of the Ajankya DY University, where I am enrolled in my PhD, and he is my supervisor guide. So thank you, sir, for attending my session.
Good. Your presentation is good.
Yeah. Presently the Vice President of the group. So I fully understood your question, sir. In the education sector, what would be the challenges after COVID situation? Since I also teach in the university for last 20-25 years, so I'm very much involved with the university situation. Our first challenge now, because of the COVID situation, enrollment in the university significantly reduced.
Very good.
Number one. Number two, not all students, and with all respect to all teachers, are familiar with the technology. Many teachers, I see that they are not comfortable teaching through the Google Meet, the Zoom, even through the Facebook Live group. So these are affecting. And some students, although young generations are supposed to know all the technology, but I see that some students are also lagging behind. For all of this situation, university also getting, particularly the private university, the revenue is significantly reduced. You see, when students are not enrolling, then revenue is getting reduced. And there are reasons, because the guardian, they do not have the regular means of income. So because of the flexible system, some students, they are deciding that since we have financial issues, so you drop this semester, you go to the next semester. So this is happening now. After the COVID, as I mentioned, that COVID situation will be over maybe 3 months, 6 months after. To regaining the confidence, to bring back all those students would be very, very difficult. Number one. Number two challenge will be, then some student will try to continue their study from home. As you know that many universities across the world, they offer both of, you can go to face-to-face class, or you can attend from your home. You have the option, no problem. I studied in Canada. I have seen this option there even 20 years back. So the challenge will be many smart and very talented students, and those are very IT savvy. they will try to have the education system incorporate this kind of online education. In Bangladesh particularly, I can tell you, no university offering the online or virtual classes. But now even the University Grants Commission, they have approved that you can go for the online classes or online assessment. So when this is open, after the COVID situation, it will be a big challenge to take all the students in the classroom situation. So university has to rethink what will be the mode of education, what will be the participation of the students. So that will be a challenging situation. Some students, they will be feeling good to go back to the university. Some students will not like. And then second thing is that when the students will be attending classes from their home after the COVID situation, can university keep the same tuition fees? It will be a huge problem, because then the issue will come that you are not spending any electricity or space. Then why you will be charging me the same? So that challenge is also coming. How you can rationalize the tuition fees after the COVID situation when you have to open the distance and online education. And most of the countries are adopting this in their act. In Bangladesh, I have seen last week, even the judiciary system allowed for the online justice. So that in a nutshell, I see that after the COVID situation, university will be facing some problem in terms of bringing back the students. University will face some challenges with the tuition fees. University will face some problem of introducing the infrastructure for offering the both online and offline education. So those are some of the challenges I see that is coming for the universities after the COVID, and the smart universities management should right now start thinking how to overcome that situation. This is a brief answer from me.
Very good, very good. Thank you.
Welcome, sir. Next, I see some more friends from India also. If you have question, you can ask me. On Bangladesh, no problem. Of course.
স্যার আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
Yes.
স্যার ধরেন আমি একটা ছোট পজিশনে আছি, আমার ম্যান পাওয়ার হচ্ছে 200 জন। আমাদের এইচআরে আমরা 2 জন আছি, মোটামুটি সব কাজই করতে হয়, তো কতটুকু পসিবল বাসায় থেকে এই কাজগুলো করা?
Yes. For HR, I think 80 to 90% work you can do from home. It is possible. As you call me HR guru or senior HR professional, whatever. But you need to have a full technological support. If your HR is not automated in the office, you cannot do it. If your HR is automated, then it is possible. As HR professional, I can tell you, you can, just I give you some example. Recruitment, almost 100% you can do it, including the interview, Skype interview or Zoom interview, whatever. So recruitment process, 100% possible. Performance management system, 100% possible. So salary, payroll, 100% possible. But it will be very difficult for the ordinary company who did not integrate the IT into their HR. The company where I am working, it is possible. But in the ordinary company, some traditional company, they are still manual HR. It will be very, very difficult. As you have mentioned that your company is a small, so I presume that you may have some limitation of the technology. For you, it is very difficult. So you have to have some work from the office, some from the home. Next.
স্যার আমার একটা কোয়েশ্চেন ছিল। হ্যালো।
Yes.
হ্যাঁ, অমিত ভট্টাচার্য, হ্যাঁ বলুন।
Yes, Amit.
হ্যাঁ স্যার, আসসালামু আলাইকুম স্যার, ভালো আছেন আপনি স্যার?
Yes, I am fine. How are you?
Yes sir, I am also fine. So I have a question. যারা আমরা অফিসে কাজ করছি বা এই কোভিড সিচুয়েশনে যারা বা আফটার কোভিড সিচুয়েশনে যখন
Yes, I'm listening. Yes, you are got correct.
প্লিজ অমিতের ইটা আকরাম।
I could not hear the full question from Amit.
হ্যালো স্যার, এখন কি শোনা যাচ্ছে?
জি জি জি।
Yes, now I can hear.
আমরা যারা বাসায় কাজ করছি তাহলে আমরা অফিস আওয়ারটা কিভাবে মেইনটেইন করব 8 hours?
Okay, thank you. As I mentioned under challenge that when we work from home, maintaining office hour is difficult, and if you do not have the full trust and confidence from the management, then it is very difficult because you cannot maintain any log. You are at home, so it's require a full understanding between your supervisor and management and you. And as I mentioned that we have to redesign our system more on result base than attendance base. If you are fully on attendance base, then it will be very, very difficult. So we have to have a discussion and agreement between your supervisor and management in terms of work hours. I'm very happy to see two other professor of my university, Dr. Ganesh and Dr. Om Prakash. So nice to see both of you, sir. Okay, so going back to your answer, that it require an agreement between supervisor and supervisee. And if you can make yourself accountable on your output and the result, then it will not be a big problem.
ওকে স্যার, থ্যাংক ইউ। তার মানে হচ্ছে আমাদের পলিসি একটা রিডিজাইনের এখানে
You have to redesign your policy. You have to have a, in most of the organization in Bangladesh, the problem is that we are attendance based. If you are 15 minutes late, you have a red remark.
Yes. We're also facing.
If you want to come back to house 30 minutes back, then you have to seek permission. This is the culture. So that's the reason you have to redesign our policy. You have to, re-educate the, people and convince the management. So this COVID situation is giving us a message to reform our policies and procedure, which are in most cases 100 years old.
Okay, sir. Okay, I got it, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
ফারজানা জুই হাত তুলেছিলেন, একটা যদি প্রশ্ন করবেন। ফারজানা জুই,
একটু কাছে গিয়ে বলেন, শোনা।
Yes, sir. Hello. Hello.
Yes.
ডক্টর গণেশ।
Hello. Am I audible, sir?
Yes.
Dr. Ganesh Lande here from Pune, India.
Yes, sir. I still remember you. You received me from the airport, Dr. Ganesh.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Sir, my question is your first. I would like to thank for your short and sweet session. My question is, sir, one area of HR, that is HR accounting. So how could you see after post-COVID, how that area would affect?
Okay, I got it. I got your question that HR accounting, as you are also a professor, I say Dr. Haldar sir also. So you all are a management professor. But I can tell you one thing, that the HR accounting is also not, integrated with the technology. It is mostly going on as a manual system. So after the COVID situation, and as I mentioned, this is the wake-up call for all of us to redesign our HR accounting, because end of the day, we have to also quantify what we have done, and we have to have a relation between the productivity and our ratio of the people. So we have to redesign and reintroduce the automation in order to have a more HR metrics in our system. And many organizations in Bangladesh, they have a very sophisticated ERP system. So and they have integrated the whole HR accounting into the ERP system. Microsoft 365 and and also some of our other ERP, they have integrated. So if organization has the money and they can invest, then a ready-made HR accounting integrated in the ERP system, that is also available. If not, then we have to have our internal customization of our IT system. And the HRIS, many organizations, they have created their own HRIS, and that can be integrated. So HR accounting in the factory situation, in many organizations, I see that it's manually managed, but because of the online nature of work and the transformation from manual to online, so now we have to capture this. One of the questions asks that when I work from the home, how this will be account in my office. My boss might not trust me. My office might not trust me. So that situation we have to take into consideration and capture, so that in future we don't face those kind of questions.
Hello, sir.
Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Hello.
My pleasure. Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, hi. This is Dr. Rachna Gaur from D.Y. Patel School of Management, Pune. I would like to ask one question, that how can we incorporate advanced technical aspects in curriculum as for MBA students? With so many other commitments, becomes difficult to just focus on only one area.
Ma'am, can you loudly?
I'll type this message on the text box, sir.
Sorry.
I'll type this message on the chat box.
Okay, you are typing, yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Are you typing, or you have already typed?
I am typing. Okay, sir. Slowly.
Okay, so you write it. I will answer in the meantime.
Right. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Please.
I'm Rafiq. Hello.
Okay, what is the next question?
My question is, firstly, thanks for your important and subjective presentation for this time or this situation. We understood when work from home, it is very important for employee loyalty and staff motivation. But how to improve the employee loyalty, and how can we set the performance metrics and ensure the accountability?
Thank you very much. As I mentioned, that employee loyalty is fundamental. There is a saying in HR arena that win the hearts and minds of the people, then you have won the job. So win the hearts and minds of the people. Unfortunately, in this part of the world, we are very traditional in terms of people management. We still shout on people. We still try to force people, and this is not working. This is not wholehearted performance. So what we have to do, we have to have a close bondage with the supervisor and supervisee in order to enhance the bondage and the loyalty. And that's why now the whole concept from traditional supervisor relation to friendly supervisor and supervisor relation, informal supervisor and supervisor relation, that is very much necessary. And if we can do that, that will be very easy. Then you are not, supervising. People can work of the full freedom and autonomy, and you are still, getting the performance. In terms of performance metrics and KPI, as I mentioned, that we have to redesign it. And how to redesign it? As I repeatedly mentioned, that in Bangladesh and some of the Indian companies also, I have seen that we are mostly dependent on attendance base. Like if you are a professor, 8 hours in the university is not mandatory. It is mandatory that whether you are attending the class, whether you are giving the counseling to the students, whether you are publishing things in order to keep you up to date with the modern things. So if we can redesign the KPI, that how many, obligation you have done, how many students have attended individually, how many classes you have done, and what kind of, the feedback you are getting from the students. So we have to really redesign the whole KPI and the performance metrics. Instead of attendance, I am repeating again and again that repeating that kind of, a manual system is not going to work. In many, education institute, if you are present for 8 hours, that is sufficient. But this is not sufficient to me. To me, it is more important that whether students are being benefited, what is the feedback from the students, how many counseling you have done, how many classes you have conducted, whether students are happy with your manner and behavior and the response. So we have to redesign that kind of things and include in the KPI.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sir, I have a
Okay, sir.
question, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I have typed a message of my question, so can you see it?
Okay. How can we incorporate advanced skill set in the present scenario for the MBA student with so many commitments? It becomes difficult to just focus on one area. Yes, I teach in the MBA program for last 20 years, so I have some experience. MBA students are basically, they're busy people. They have their family. First of all, in most cases, I have found that they have their family, they have their kids. So they have a family commitment. They have their job. And they come to the university. So it becomes very, very challenging for them because they have a lot of focus area. I have some experience, very recent experience, because I'm teaching through online. What I have found that the attendance of the students in the classroom situation and attendance in the online class significantly increased. And I particularly ask students that you are not that much punctual when it is in the university class, but you are very much punctual. Then they said that this technology is helping us to be very much, focused. And you see, last week, I gave some individual presentation for the students, and I usually do it live. Then one student says, I cannot do it live, so can I send you the record? And I said, fine, you send me the record, no problem. So with the new and advanced skills, I think rather MBA students will be more benefited, but we have to give them the feelings and sense that learning advanced skills may be challenging and difficult, but once they can learn it, this will give them the ample benefits. They can pursue their education in a very flexible manner, not coming to the university. They can reduce the cost of the transport and other energy. So in the MBA situation, my suggestion would be, as a faculty of the MBA program, that students are learning, and we have to force them a little bit. That you have to do this through the Zoom or through the Google Meet, and otherwise I'm not going to do it. For some learning, there are some pressures. Learning is a painful process. People usually don't learn when they are not getting any pressure. So learning requires some kind of pressure. As part of my PhD study, Dr. Rakesh sir, he said that most of you have submit me review of 100 articles related to your topic, PhD research. And I said that 100 articles, it is so huge. And he said the degree is also huge. So he gave me some pressure, and then finally I was able to find the 100 relevant articles. And now I feel comfortable that why I gave all the excuse. It was possible. So you actually need to give some kind of pressure in order to the most advanced technologies. And the motivation we can give the MBA students, when you are MBA, that means you would like to build your career, and future career is not possible without your advanced skills and competency, advanced soft skills and advanced technological skills. I hope I could.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Sir, Assalamualaikum, sir. I'm Ashraful Alam Galib.
Okay, Galib, please.
Sir, I have started my career. It's been a year as an HR personnel in an advertising agency. And most of my colleagues think I do not have anything to do in the office, or I do not add value to the company. Now that we are working from home, I've been hearing a joke that I'm getting paid for nothing. What would be your suggestion to me to change my colleagues' perception?
Okay, let me give you one example. I teach one course, negotiations and conflict management in MBA program. And there I have found in one study that most managers on an average in Asian countries, they spend about 20% of their time to resolving conflicts. So if a manager gets 1 lakh taka salary, and if you have a simple calculation that the 20,000 taka the company is paying only to resolve the conflicts and dissatisfaction of the people and grievance. So as IR manager, what you are doing, I understand that you are making the organization free from disputes. You are trying to ensure the industrial harmony within the organization. So what we have to do, I have to go back to the KPI system, that if we can incorporate that, because of your harmonious relationship improvement with the industry, what percentage of the productivity has increased, how many disciplinary cases or disputed or strike layoff was in last year and how many in this year. If we can have some kind of HR accounting and can show that because of my industrial relation, excellent industrial relation, the dispute of the among the employees has reduced, a sick leave has reduced, the productivity has increased. So this way we can justify. You know, HR is not producing the goods and services. So our support is always a passive support, and it is very challenging for us to develop the KPI in order to justify the owner and management that what we are doing. You as a IR person, you have the same situation like me. In most cases, we are doing the thankless job. People are not recognizing our contributions. If something goes well, the line manager takes the full credit. If things goes wrong, then we the HR people are often blamed. And this is possible in the absence of a very smart KPI. If we can develop a smart KPI, then it is not possible. Thank you, Dr. Om Prakash. Sir, you have mentioned in IT company, especially TCS, decision has taken in India around 80% employee will work from home today, and after COVID, now what should be green HR function is over it. Yes, you know, today program is under the umbrella of the Green HR Association, where I am the chief advisor, and Roshan Ali Bulbul, he is the president and present here. We have been working on introducing the green HR for last 4 years. Our president has mentioned, and you have mentioned that I had the opportunity to visit the Tata Institute for Social Science back in 1996 in Mumbai, and even that time I have found some kind of IT integration. So I'm not surprised that Tata 80% people are working from home, or Microsoft they are saying that 100% people can work from home. So the issue is that your question is that now what is the green HR function over it? Green HR function means, as I mentioned, that in the real situation, 80 to 90% HR function can be integrated in the system. If I give you a simple example of the performance management system, you don't need a single page of papers. You can make the work plan online. You can do all this coaching, mentoring, and midterm and review online. You do the performance appraisal, mostly the self-appraisal by the employees online. And you can give the overall rating and assessment online. You can give the rewards and recognition through the online. So in the recruitment, 100% online possible. Performance management possible. Disciplinary action possible. I don't see any function which is not possible. Maybe 5 to 10% functions may remain as, as paper-based, which has a legal complication. Most of the HR function can be possible. We are thinking of organizing a green HR conference in Bangladesh when the situation will over, and we'll probably invite you to see that how we can introduce the real green HR in the companies in Bangladesh, in India, and all these things. And this COVID situation gave us the opportunity to rethink that it is possible. I can give you another example. In case of inquiry, it was 100% manual, face-to-face. And now that I see that there is no need for face-to-face, we can have the full inquiry event through technology without any paper. It's possible. So I think Tata is the pioneer company. They have introduced, but many companies in Bangladesh, 80 to 90% organization, their HR is manual. So those organizations now can rethink how we can introduce the green HR. And green HR, I had actually given a presentation maybe 2 months ago. I have proved in my presentation that we are unnecessarily cutting all the trees and creating environmental hazard. In Bangladesh, our forestry resource areas are 15% approximately, whereas for a good ecological village, we need about 33% of the forestry resources. But for manual operation of the HR, you have to cut the trees, and you need to actually unnecessarily spend a lot of waters and producing a lot of carbon in order to produce the paper. So we are making the things very costly, and still it is not environmental friendly. So we do not have a choice but to go for immediately the green HR movement. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Next.
স্যার এখানে একটা প্রশ্ন আসছে যে how can overcome challenges in HR training and development after pandemic?
Sorry, can you repeat question again?
স্যার মেহেদি হাসান একটা প্রশ্ন করেছে যে ট্রেনিং এন্ড ডেভেলপমেন্ট আফটার এই সিচুয়েশনটা পরে আমরা কিভাবে এটা ওভারকাম করতে পারি?
Okay. I think the challenge is coming for the HR professional in future days. First challenge is that for the training group, trainers, we have to rethink, significantly reduce the face-to-face training. Because face-to-face training, classroom training has a significant cost. And you have seen Coursera and many other universities, they have introduced a lot of free training courses. So we have to rethink what are the courses we have to introduce in the LMS system, learning management system. And there was a study conducted by I think CIPD or SHRM, and they have found that about 70% of the training now which we are offering face-to-face can be easily transformed to the LMS system, and that can be possible through self-directing system. You don't need any trainer. Is that if you can introduce the interactive software, then it is possible. Like new staff orientation, new employee orientation. Many organizations, they are doing this face-to-face. Like the other day, we have found that the government has recruited 2,000 doctor, and there is a face-to-face orientation. I think this is very much possible through online. So this is one example that we have to rethink. The trainer should rethink that how we can reduce face-to-face classroom-based training and offer more training self-directed in a flexible manner, and some training through online. Maybe 10 to 20% training we can keep, which is necessary for face-to-face. So biggest challenge for the trainers would be coming to reduce, because by this time people learn that online is also possible. So those group would not like to go to the classroom training, and particularly the supervisor and line manager will not be interested to send their people to spend the office time for the training. So this is a huge challenge coming up. And since I also supervise the training team in my organization, we are also actively thinking like this. So we have to redefine our role from face-to-face training to online training and more self-directed training.
স্যার থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার। আর একটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট একটা প্রশ্ন যে ডিয়ার স্যার, ডু ইউ থিঙ্ক আওয়ার ডিসিশন মেকিং প্রসেস উইল ওয়ার্ক ইফেক্টিভলি ইন দিস সিচুয়েশন ওয়ার্কিং ফ্রম হোম? হ্যাভ ইউ সিন এ ডিসিশন ড্র্যাগ আউট ফর টু লং লেটলি? এরকম একটা প্রশ্ন করছেন আবু সবুর চৌধুরী ভাই।
Very honestly, with my 2 months experience, I think this is quicker. This decision-making process is very quick compared to this decision-making process. This time decision-making process is quicker. So this will give us another challenge. The traditional hierarchical tall structure, we have to significantly flatten it. As I mentioned, Bulbul, you are also my student in the university, and in my organization design and development courses, I have mentioned that we have to come up with the flat structure or no structure organogram. And this COVID situation help us to understand that this is possible. So another HR challenge is coming up to redesign our work system, long process to short process, hierarchical management, tall structure organization, many layers organization into the flat structure or no structure. So this is coming up. And because we have seen that we don't need a big some quarter of the people. So that is also coming.
থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার। এখানে স্যার আপনি অ্যান্সার দিয়েছেন, তারপরেও আর একটা সেম একটু বলি। থ্যাংক ইউ অনারেবল স্যার। Oh, sir, which one is better, classroom training or online training? What is your opinion?
I am a great fan of online training because I see no difference. Like I can see each of you, you can talk, I can talk, and you say that just ask in the office situation, can you organize the training in this time, night? Not possible. So I'm a great fan of online, and I think we have to gradually shift our classroom training to online training as much as possible. And this is not only training. Even in some school in Bangladesh, in the KZU school and the primary school, they have introduced online class.
Thank you, sir.
Because world is flat. I should be able to work for American companies sitting in Bangladesh. And it is only possible if I am fully oriented in the online system. So, and we have to give this orientation from the school, college, and university, and then in the organization.
Okay, sir. Thank you. অনেক প্রশ্ন আসছে, তো অনেক রাতও হয়ে গেছে। তো স্যার আমাদের
let me quickly review some of the question.
Okay, sir. Okay.
There is a question from a fresh graduate. He is asking that I am a fresh graduate, whether I will be eligible for the post-COVID market. Yes, you are very much eligible, but you see in Bangladesh particularly, this is the young generation time. Most of the organizations are very much interested to hire the young generation. They are not hiring me because I'm the old person. But only being young you will not be getting the job. You have to have a hard skills and soft skills. And particularly nowadays, soft skills includes also IT skills. If you have all the skills, it is possible. There are many jobs, even now in the COVID situation. If you have the highly skilled, you can do it from home. It is also possible. So I don't think that you are in a difficult situation. Rather, you will be in a very, very good situation. Let me, a lot of appreciation. One person mentioned, thank you very much, Honorable Sir. Excellent and very clear and valuable session. I'm very happy. So there's a lot of questions, and I find that most of these the things are appreciation, and you enjoyed the class. So if you really enjoyed, then I can come with another session sometimes with another topic. Tomorrow, by the by, tomorrow I have another session at 7:30, and if you see my Facebook timeline, you can join. So tomorrow at 7:30 Bangladesh time, we have another session, and that program is organized from Malaysia. One of the PhD scholars from Malaysia. So if you have a time, you can also come tomorrow at 7:30 Bangladesh time. And let me give one message for the Bangladeshi participants. Can I give you a homework in order to get the certificate? A one-page homework, like those that participate from Bangladesh. Can I ask you to write one page what you have learned today and what is your action plan in order to improve your competency to fit in the COVID post-COVID situation? Can I repeat? It is a one page, what you have learned from my presentation and the different question and answer. First thing, first half page, and the second half page to write what is your action plan in order to improve your competency to fit in the post-COVID situation. If you write it, we'll review, and of course, we'll issue a certificate from the Green HR Association. So this way, I would like to confirm that you have spent your time. It is a valuable investment, and my time is also valuable. And you know, this is a free training, free session. We are not charging any money, but this is a contribution from the Green HR Association and from my part. And so you also spend some time in order to materialize what you have learned and what you need to do in order to, you know, make you competent to fit in the post-COVID situation.
Thank you, sir. স্যার আরেকটা ডিক্লেয়ার যদি দিয়ে দিতেন যে ইমোশনাল ইন্টেলিজেন্সের উপরে আমাদের একটা প্রোগ্রাম আছে আগামী শনিবার, এবং সোমবারে আছে লিডারশিপ উইথ আই, আমাদের নাইজুর ভাই নেবেন। স্যার দুটো আপনি একটু বলে দিতেন যদি।
Okay, Green HR is organizing a series of program. Next program under the umbrella of Green HR on Saturday. What time?
Emotional intelligence, Moinuddin bhai neben.
What time?
Same time.
At 9 o'clock on Saturday on emotional intelligence, and on Monday again 9 o'clock on the
leadership with I.
Leadership with I. Yeah.
Nice.
So I see many questions. Most of the questions are appreciation, and I am sorry that I could not answer on many of the questions because of the time constraint, and because this is already, we are at the end of the session. So, but still, if I have not answered any of your important question, you can repeat it, and I can spend another 15 minutes time. I have no problem. I'm at home.
Okay, sir. Thank you. এখানে অনেকে প্রশ্ন করেছেন যে আমরা কোথায় দিব। আমাদের যে ফেসবুক পেজ আছে, বাংলাদেশি যারা আছেন, আমাদের ফেসবুক পেজে যে স্যার যে ইনস্ট্রাকশনটা দিলেন ওইভাবে পেজে যে আপনারা সব অ্যান্সার দিবেন। আপনারা যে সেশনটা হলো এটার উপরে স্যার যেভাবে বললেন ওইভাবে আমাদের পেজে যে অ্যান্সারগুলো দিবেন। এবং আমাদের একটা গ্রুপ ক্রিয়েট করা হয়েছে GHRPB, এই গ্রুপেও সবাই থাকবেন, এখানে বিস্তারিত দেয়া থাকবে। এবং আমাদের পরবর্তী সেশন হবে ইমোশনাল ইন্টেলিজেন্স নিয়ে আগামী শনিবার। স্যার যেটা বললেন রাত 9টায়, মঈনুদ্দিন ভাই উনি বিওপির অধ্যাপক প্লাস উনি অনেক অভিজ্ঞ লোক এবং বাংলাদেশে ইমোশনাল ইন্টেলিজেন্স নিয়ে অনেক ভালো কাজ করতেছেন আর কি। যেহেতু আমরা সবাই
ফেসবুক পেজটা যদি একটু শেয়ার করতেন।
আমরা এখানে করে দেব গ্রিন এইচআর প্রফেশনালস বাংলাদেশ, আমরা মেইলে দিয়ে দেব সবাইকে।
গ্রুপটা অলরেডি চ্যাট বক্সে শেয়ার করা হয়েছে।
চ্যাট বক্সে ওকে ওকে, আমরা আবার মেইল করেও দিয়ে দিব। ওকে, তো সবাইকে ধন্যবাদ। আমি আবারও গ্রিন এইচআর প্রফেশনালস এর পক্ষ থেকে এবং আমাদের একটা টিম কাজ করতেছে আপনাদের জন্য। আমরা 10টা প্রোগ্রাম করব, আশা করি এই 10টা প্রোগ্রাম করলে আপনাদের যে পরবর্তী সিচুয়েশন, যে কোনো সিচুয়েশন আসুক, এই যে আমি ওয়ালটনে কাজ করি, আমি কিন্তু বাসার থেকে ট্রেনিং করাচ্ছি বা বিভিন্ন জায়গায় স্যারের কাছ থেকেও শিখছি। আপনার আমরা কিন্তু সমস্যা হচ্ছে না, আমরা কোনো কাজ যে বেঁধে আছে বা কোনো কাজের সমস্যা হচ্ছে না। তো আমরা আপনাদের জন্য যে আয়োজনটা করেছি, বাংলাদেশের বেস্ট ট্রেনাররা থাকবেন এবং স্যারও থাকবেন প্রত্যেকটা সেশনে। তো আশা করি আগামী শনিবার রাত 9টায় আপনাদের সাথে দেখা হবে এবং সোমবার তার পরবর্তী প্রোগ্রামগুলো আমরা পেজে দিয়ে দিব। ওকে, আবার আমি স্যারকে অনুরোধ করছি শেষ করার জন্য।
Okay, so we are at the end of our session. If there is any pressing question, one last question I can answer, and then I can have a concluding talk and finish it. Any last?
স্যার আমি জাকারিয়া বলছি।
I have.
Okay, so I have to take 2 questions in order to have a gender balance. Because I get a sound from one female and one man, so I will answer both the questions. First female. Yes, ma'am.
Sumaya Akhtar.
Sumaya.
Yeah, hello. Hello, assalamu alaikum, sir. I'm Saima. I'm like a final year student. Though all of here are corporate people, but I'm a student here. So basically, my question is, I have 2 questions. One is like, what kind of skills should we like build in this COVID-19, and so that we can be eligible for the market after COVID-19. And the second question is, what do you think about the education, higher education and scholarship in the first world countries? Do you think that those will not be available, and or should we like be we get ready for those? Yeah,
I got it. For the final year students, I have a very clear-cut suggestion. The skill is communication skills. Your English communication skills should be excellent. Second thing, nowadays IT skills. As a young generation, you should learn all the social media skills and Microsoft Office skills. These are the 2 things further. Second thing, in terms of scholarship in the first world, I see a lot of scholarships in Japan, Canada. I studied in Canada and also in America, but that require an excellent result in your undergrad and grad level. So that is a precondition along with the TOEFL and GRE. Next question from Zakaria.
স্যার আমার কথা হচ্ছে, আমি গত পরশুদিন দেখলাম যে শ্রম মন্ত্রণালয়, বাণিজ্য মন্ত্রণালয়, অর্থ মন্ত্রণালয় বিভিন্ন সাংবাদিক প্রতিবৃন্দ মিলে ওনারা ই-কমার্সের বিষয়ে বিভিন্ন এজেন্ডা, সমস্যা সমাধান নিয়ে কথা বলতেছে, ফাইন্যান্স সাপোর্ট নিয়ে। আমরা যে আলোচনাগুলো আপনি সুন্দর উপস্থাপন করলেন, আমরা কি জাতীয়ভাবে সরকারের কাছে, আমি জানি আমাদের মহামান্য রাষ্ট্রপতির সাথে আপনার ভালো রিলেশন আমার কিশোরগঞ্জের, তো আমরা কি জাতীয়ভাবে গ্রিন এইচআর একটা প্রতিষ্ঠানের আইটি কেপিআই কি হওয়া উচিত, এইচআর এর কেপিআই কি হওয়া উচিত, কমার্শিয়াল অ্যাকাউন্টসের কেপিআই কি হওয়া উচিত, সেটা কিন্তু কোথাও ডিফাইন করা নাই। প্লাস অনেকেই আছে যে গত 2 মাসের স্যালারি 50% পাইছে বা পাই নাই, সেই ক্ষেত্রে আমরা কোনো জাতীয় ভূমিকা রাখতে পারি কিনা ঐক্যের?
এটা আমি বলেছি যে আসলে আমাদের যেটা মানে সমস্যা হলো যে বাংলাদেশে তো অনেক কিছুই আইটি রিলেটেড বিষয়গুলি গভর্নমেন্টের আইনের মধ্যেও ছিল না, এখন দেখেন বিচার বিভাগ পর্যন্ত চলে আসছে। তো আমরা আসলে একটা আলোচনা করছিলাম গ্রিন এইচআর একটা সামিট বা কনফারেন্স করার জন্য, সেখানে বিভিন্ন প্যারালাল সেশন আমরা চিন্তা করেছিলাম যে ই কমার্স উইল বি অফকোর্স ওয়ান অফ দ্য কম্পোনেন্ট। এখন আপনি যেটা বললেন যে মহামান্য রাষ্ট্রপতির সাথে আসলেই আমাদের একটা ভালো যোগাযোগ আছে আমাদের ফেডারেশন থেকে। আমরা আমাদের যে ফেডারেশন থেকে যে আমরা অ্যানুয়াল যে কনভেনশন করি যেটা নভেম্বরে হবে, সেখানেও আমরা চেষ্টা করব এই বিষয়টাকে একটু কভার করার জন্য। গতবারই আমরা রাষ্ট্রপতি মহোদয়কে আনার চেষ্টা করেছিলাম, মহামান্য রাষ্ট্রপতিকে, কিন্তু নানান কারণে আনা যায় নাই। তো এবার যদি সিচুয়েশন ইমপ্রুভ হয়, উইল ডেফিনেটলি ইনভাইট আওয়ার অনারেবল President as the chief guest, among we would like to present it. So thank you for reminding. So this is what we actually need. Thank you. I have seen, anyway, and this is the very closing time, as I mentioned. So let me have a 2-minute concluding talk, and then we can finish. First of all, I would like to really thank you. After whole day fasting, you are with me in the night. It's almost at 10:30. So I'm very grateful and you know, very much honored with your presence, and particularly many of the participants from India, and particularly I see 4 or 5 professors from my university. So I'm very, very happy to see all of you. And second thing, my presentation was aimed to have eye-opening that COVID is a negative things in most of the people's eyes. What I would like, I tried to show that we have some opportunities also, and we have also some challenges. I did not mention any problem. This is a situation, the whole world is being affected. So if you see it as a problem, then you will not be able to do anything. So we have to see what are the benefits still we can get out of this pandemic situation, and what are the challenges coming up, and how we can develop the future plan in order to survive. And I would like to touch upon that the situation in your organization will be more challenging after COVID situation. That I can tell you, because at the university level, you have to redefine many things. At the level, you have to redefine many things. You have to restructure the organization. You have to redesign the business process. You have to redesign the competency mapping and the competency framework of the organization. Because many of the people in the senior level, mid to senior level in Bangladesh, they do not have the sufficient IT skills. Now that it is necessary that if they want to remain in the job market, they have to acquire the IT skill. So the many challenges I did not discuss, but I see a lot of challenges are coming up, and the COVID situation, after the COVID situation, I will not be surprised if some people lose their job because of the competency gap. So this is an opportunity for you to try to understand the whole things. Like I teach in the university, if I cannot teach in the Google Meet, if I cannot teach in the in this kind of using technology, so I'll be out from the university. This is the reality. So our most challenging time is coming up. So we have to get ready in order to cope up with this situation. So thank you once again. I will be very, very happy to come back to you again. And I am not only facilitating, I also participate in many of the programs organized by the Green HR professionals. So I will try to participate in other programs. So thank you very much. I am really honored and blessed with your presence. Thank you very much. Good night.
থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার। থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার, সবাইকে আবারও গুড নাইট সবাইকে। একটু বলি, এর ভিতরে একটু যদি জাস্ট 2 মিনিট একটু সময় নেব। আমরা একটা গ্রিন এইচআর সামিট করব, স্যার যেটা বললো, আর মাইন্ড ওয়ার্ক বাংলাদেশে কাজ করছে, এটার একটা অনলাইন টিওটি প্রোগ্রাম চালু হবে এর ভিতরে। যারা প্রোগ্রামে অ্যাটেন্ড করতে চান অবশ্যই আমাদেরকে বলবেন। এটা 5টা দেশে মাইন্ড ওয়ার্ক কাজ করতেছে এবং গ্রিন এইচআর একসাথে কাজ করবে। আর এর ভেতরে আপনাদেরকে বলে রাখি যে 10টা প্রোগ্রাম হবে, আশা করি এই 10টা প্রোগ্রামে আপনারা সবাই থাকবেন। আর যে ইনস্ট্রাকশনটা দেওয়া হলো সার্টিফিকেটের জন্য, আপনারা আমাদের পেজে যে এক পেজের সামারি, যেটা আপনার লাইফের জন্য কাজে দিবে। আসলে এই পেজটা করা হলো আপনাদের লাইফের জন্য কাজে দেওয়ার জন্য প্রত্যেকের, এখানে কোনো বাধ্যবাধকতা নেই, আপনাদের জন্যই করবেন। গ্রিন এইচআর এর সাথে থাকবেন। আশা করি সবাইকে ধন্যবাদ, আপনারা অনেক কষ্ট করে আমাদের সাথে থাকলেন এর জন্য। আসসালামু আলাইকুম ওয়া রাহমাতুল্লাহ।
Okay, thank you very much. I am leaving. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.